Hey guys, what's up? Did I already say it, by the way? Today we're reacting to episode 8 of Project Alpha. Obviously, we have a very different kind of setup today. I cannot be in my usual filming area, so I have changed locations. I'm also trying something new by pinning my mic to my shirt, because that's technically how this kind of mic is supposed to be worn. So let me know if you prefer this, if that works for you. I've just usually used my little plastic utensil to hold it because it feels more dramatic, but if this is better sound, then I can adapt. Also, sorry for the side tangent. I am obsessed with my makeup today. I don't know if you can tell from where you are, but I just think it's so pretty. I love the glitter. I've become recently addicted to the Half Magic glitters. The founder of that brand is the one who does makeup for Euphoria, the TV show. So she has a bunch of really great stuff. Sorry, I know that's not why any of you are here, but I just had to share it because I'm so in love with these glitters. I have 3. Also, is anyone watching Top Form, the series? I have only seen the first episode, but oh my gosh, something about Smart's character just makes me want to cry. I can't put my finger on it. He's so sad looking. I really liked episode 1. I'm excited to keep watching it. One show I'm surprisingly not enjoying so much is My Golden Blood, which, if you know how much I've been looking forward to this show, would be an absolutely insane thing to say. I have been looking forward to this show for so incredibly long, but it's just not vibing the way that I was wanting it to. I don't really know how to explain it. If you follow me on Blue Sky, I'm live posting as I watch the show, and I feel like that is kind of summarizing my thoughts really well. On the one hand, I like the tropiness of it. It reminds me a lot of books I read when I was a teenager, which is good. But I feel like the protagonists that I was reading when I was a teenager are smarter than the main character in My Golden Blood. I make comparisons a lot to Tong, the main character in My Golden Blood, being like Bella Swan. But Bella Swan kind of muscled her way into figuring out about vampires on her own. If Tong was not explicitly told what was going on, he would still be 100% in the dark with zero curiosity to change that fact. Also, this is just a personal thing. I don't love Joss and Gawain. I don't hate them. I haven't seen a bunch of shows with them, to be completely honest with you. I personally think they were not the right acting choice for this show. Maybe they were when the show was first being developed, but from what the show has become now, it's just, I don't know. They're both supposed to convincingly play college students, and I know technically you can go to college at any age, but Tong is supposed to be 20. Gawain does not, in any realm of reality, convincingly play a 20-year-old. Even in Not Me, when he was younger, several years younger, he looked like he could convincingly play a full-grown cop. He just has that kind of face. He doesn't have one of those faces like Gunn, where he's older than me, and he convincingly can still play so much younger. Gawain just doesn't have a face like that, which is fine. The different kinds of faces make the world go round. But they're having him act. He almost kind of reminds me of the character of Rain from Love in the Air. And whereas Noel could really pull that off, Gawain is not convincing me. Playing this silly, kind of airheaded, childish little boy character. I'm you're a man. You look like a man. I don't buy it. And also Joss, I don't know anything about him. This is the first show I think I've ever seen him in, actually. But I don't know. I just don't think the casting choice was the best one. Honestly, it could just be because I just watched the special episode of The Boy Next World. But I really think Boston Noel would have rocked these roles. I don't know. Maybe it's just bias again because I just watched that episode, but I'm just saying. I'm still watching it because I really want to support more unique storylines, so I'm still going to watch it, but what do y'all think? Have y'all been watching Top Form and My Golden Blood? And if so, what do you think about it? I'm not watching a ton of BLs right now, honestly, but I do think I want to start the Korean BL Secret Relationship, the one that's like really toxic and has like the 4 different guys, and like I think the one guy like kidnaps him or something. I don't know. It just looks fun. It looks like really toxic and fun. So I want to give that one a try. But let me know what you're watching in the comments. I love chatting with you guys. This was a total detour, not what this video is about, but just so we can have a little catch-up chit-chat, you know? And really quick before we get started, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you can join the Dramatic family. My next subscriber goal is 1,000 subscribers, and I am just a few hundred away, and I would really appreciate it if you would follow along and subscribe. And please share this video with a friend who is also interested in Project Alpha, and feel free to follow me on all my other social medias. They'll be linked in the link tree in my description box below. You can find me on TikTok, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok. Wait, I already said TikTok. TikTok, Blue Sky, Instagram, Tumblr, and right here on YouTube. But without further ado, let's get started. So this is a very new setup for me, like I said, so I'm very unsure of my angles and where I need to be and all of that stuff. So give me a little love and a little grace as I'm trying to figure all of this out. So this is episode 8 of Project Alpha. This is a challenge alpha episode. If memory serves, it is going to be Best Bait and Nikki competing against Lego and William.
Nice try, Nut and William.
I think. I'm excited to see both of them, especially William, because he hasn't had a solo stage since his audition. So I'm excited. Let's get started. A lot of people in the comments have also said this is one of their favorite episodes. So I am excited to see it and see what all the hype is about. Oh, I forgot. We have to listen to the theme song first, which is fine. Oh my god, there's so much fewer of them than there were before. Did Nikki shave his head? No, he didn't. That's the guy with the short time. That's time. Also, can we talk about Lego having his silver hair? Icon. He's an icon, and he is the moment. Oh my gosh, though, Nikki chopped his hair. Oh, I liked it. I love long hair, though. I'm a little biased, but I wish he'd kept it long. I have heard, I remember I was really sad when Boss chopped his hair post Love in the Air, but he said it was so annoying to maintain it and manage it, and I think I know a thing or two about that. So, I mean, I understand why boys don't keep long hair usually. Not everybody was born to have these luscious locks, you know. They all got their furry jackets. I wonder how the choreography is going to change. Because I guess once they choose the Lycan members, the 5 of them, they're gonna do this choreography again, yeah? So I'll be curious to see how they're gonna redo the choreography when they don't have giant hordes of people. I don't know, I feel like I always say the same thing about their alpha song performance. Like, they're great and they just get better every single week. Like, do you guys want me to keep reacting to the alpha song? Like, I feel like until it's like the final episode, there's almost like no point, because it's like I feel like my comments are just going to kind of be the same over and over. It's like, I mean, I guess it's a good preface to the rest of the episode. I can react to like any new styling changes they've made, like the hair, but I don't know, just let me know if you want me to keep reacting to this or if you want me to just skip this in future episodes. I will do whatever makes y'all happy, because I don't really care either way, honestly. So yeah, they did great. They always do great. They do great at this song. Cheers, cheers. Let's continue on. But more importantly, Jung is one of the guest judges of this episode. He is so incredibly beautiful. Like, you know how there's people that are attractive, but then there's people that are just so uniquely appealing to like your personal aesthetics of another person. Jung is like that for me. And also Oppo. But I feel like Oppo is like that for most people. But like he just fits like exactly what I think is attractive in another person. He is so beautiful. Jung, if you're watching. I'm watching a lot of ASMR lately. So there's all the little kisses where they're like, I don't know how they do it. They're like, don't judge me for my ASMR. Actually, it is not Lego and William and Nikki. It is Nut and William. I forgot. So, first up for the performance is Nut. What will he show us today? Song Kryptonite. Like the English song?
ถ้าหากว่าฉันคือเปลวไฟเธอก็คือสึนามิคลื่นลูกใหญ่ฉันก็ยังคงแพ้เธอเหมือนเดิมที่เธอบอกลาฉันแต่ในบางทีที่เธอร้อนแรงจะกลายเป็นซูเปอร์แมนที่ได้ส่งพลังและแสนแข็งแรง My only kryptonite แม้ว่าฉันจะบินได้ไวเหนือแสงเธอกับฉันจริงๆแล้ววันนี้รักกันเรื่องของเราทั้งหมดจะเป็นคนทางมันและอนาคตที่เราได้รู้กันรักและมันแตกสลายอีกสักกี่คนที่ผ่านเข้ามาเธอยังคือหนึ่งเดียวที่หัวใจฉันมันต้องการเธอคือท้องฟ้าฉันก็เหมือนเครื่องบินที่ยังคงวนอยู่ที่เธอหยุดไม่ได้ทุกทีและแม้ว่าฉันจะกลายเป็นซูเปอร์แมน
I love a smoke machine. The only thing that would have been more fun is if he had done like a quick change in the smoke, like Broadway, you know? It's kind of giving like 2000s Backstreet Boys in the best way. That is a compliment, by the way.
Baby เธอก็ยังคงเป็นฉันได้สุดหัวใจอาจจะผ่านไปกี่ปีแสนต่อให้มีคนอีกพันหมื่นคนมาแทนฉันก็คงไม่ลืมเธอไปได้เลย
I am very impressed. It's a very different side of Nut than we've ever seen before, which I think is good. I think I've said it before. It's a very good idea to show a lot of different sides of yourself in competitions like this because you have to be versatile to be an idol. So they're going to want to see your versatility in competition, which I think he's shown a lot of sides of himself, which is good. I love a yearning ballad, and he did a very good job. I was curious at the beginning how he would incorporate more of like the dance aspect, because even in slower songs, people have been making a point to showcase dance, which makes sense for the competition. But then the music picked up and I was like, oh, okay, there it is, there it is. I also didn't really understand at first what the judge meant by saying it was a very difficult song to sing. But I think coming from a woman singing in that register that the song is in is not hard for me, but for a man, it's a little bit more difficult. So I can understand. And also there is a lot more belting, which can be difficult in a high register for a guy to do. It's difficult for women to do also in our own high registers. And I think one thing about this song is it really requires a lot of consistency. It requires a lot of vocal stamina. And it's easy to let that go, especially when you're dancing and you're trying to convey emotion. There was only one part where I think Nut kind of, you could tell how difficult it was for him. He was breathing between notes and and it could have just been the song also. I don't know the song. But there was a point where he kind of went like, like he was like trying to breathe like a really deep breath before the next note he had to sing. And that's where I was kind of like, okay, there's kind of like the labored sound. Which again, could have just been the song and I was mistaken. But that was the only moment. And that's good. I mean, they're still learning. They're still training. I know the expectations are really, really high on them, but he technically is still learning and training and improving every week. So I won't fault him too much for one mistake. And I personally think he did a very good job conveying the emotion of the song with all the like gestures he was doing, but also his facial expression, and almost like you could hear the yearning in his voice. And I love that. I love yearning. If you can't tell from all the romance novels on my shelf, I really love yearning. But those were my thoughts. Let's see what the judges have to say. I didn't realize he wrote his rap himself. That's very impressive, and I think makes his performance even more impressive. Some of the judges are saying that they think he seemed worried and they like didn't feel like he was conveying the vibe. I mean, I disagree, but again, I'm only seeing the curated version of the performance we see on the TV. The judges are seeing every part of it, so maybe they saw something I didn't. I don't know. I thought he embodied the message of the song very well, but that's just me. That's just me. And to be fair, the judges did say that his singing was extremely amazing. They have no critiques on that. And he was very good to show them kind of this side of himself and his talent. So there's that. Several of the judges also mentioned that he was extremely brave to do this song at this point in the competition. And they already had kind of an image of him, and that he did something so different it could have gone badly, but that it went very well and that he did a good job. But again, they just kept mentioning like, oh, I didn't feel the emotion. I feel like you couldn't. And I just disagree. And again, it could just be, I had a limited perspective on his performance. So I'm sure the judges were seeing something that I didn't, but I don't know. I got the message of his performance, but then again, I don't speak the language. So I'm relying extremely heavily on vibes and body language. So that could be part of it. Next is our performance from Best Beta Nikki, who has a haircut. And don't get it twisted when I say this. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, with the way he is styled in this outfit, plus his faded green hair, and he's kind of got some reddish eyeliner, he's sort of giving Joker. I'm not trying to say anything mean by that. I'm just saying. So don't come at me in the comments. And now let's watch Best Beta Nikki's performance to compete for the Alpha Head throne and his own fuzzy jacket.
โดนัทยังไม่รู้แล้วเมื่อไรยูจะมีใจชอบให้เธอยิ่งรู้จักเธอยิ่ง love ยิ่งไหลวันไหนที่ยอมเป็นแฟนไป stand by รอ and hope that you will say yes even if 50% I know it's survive that the prison can only lock down my body but you prison my soul with hopes I keep waiting you with my eye full of tears I hope you won't say noยิ่งไรวันนี้ไม่พร้อมเป็นแฟนจะขอสแตนบายรอวันไหนจะยอมเป็นแฟนจะไปสแตนบายรอ
Is he supposed to be Joker?
วันนี้ไม่พร้อมมีแฟนจะขอสแตนบายรอวันไหนจะยอมเป็นแฟนจะไปสแตนบายรอวันนี้ I
So maybe he was supposed to be the Joker. I'm not sure. Okay, overall, it was a fun song. I think it suited his personality well. But I think that where I feel like Nut has really taken more artistic risks, I would say he's shown a lot of different facets of himself in his performances. This is just like what we've seen from Nicki, which is not a bad thing to lean on what you do well. I think because I saw Nut deviate so much from what he's done before, I am a little biased towards that. Also, I think by about halfway through the song, you could tell Nicki was starting to lose some vocal stamina. It's very minor. He's very talented. They all are. They are extremely talented. But you can tell that he's starting to get a little vocally fatigued there near the second half. I also think, and I don't really understand this as well, so I could be interpreting this incorrectly, but I don't know if he was really like conveying the emotion of the song. Not that he wasn't conveying emotion, but whereas I could tell what Nut's song was about, even though I don't know any of the words, this song could have been about a lot of different things. I don't know. And I mean, maybe it's just harder to convey that kind of emotion. I don't know. I still think he did a very good job. And I'm just biased towards the alphas that are already there. I guess part of it will depend on what the judges have to say, if they have critique or not. I suppose he could potentially dethrone Nut. I don't know. I don't know if he deserves to. I think Nut deserves to keep his alpha head throne and his furry jacket. But we'll see. The rest of the judges seem to agree with me that his energy was good, his dancing was good. I don't know if I mentioned that, but yes, he's an amazing dancer, of course. But they agreed with me about his singing, that he just didn't maintain it. And I would agree. One of the judges mentioned that he did the accent well. Apparently the song is supposed to be sung in kind of like an accent, like a foreigner singing a song in Thai. Lord knows I can't tell. But I can't tell when there's the whole northern and southern dialect thing going on either, and they have to subtitle the northern dialect. I'm like, I already don't know what you're saying. So it's like, it all sounds very similar to my ear. I do the best I can. Like whenever I watch those like K-pop idols speaking in like their Saturi compilations, I can tell because they tell me what it is. But if you were just having me listen and not telling me like, oh, they're speaking with a Saturi, I would have no idea. But I'm sure they can't tell the difference between somebody from Alabama and somebody from Texas. And I certainly can. My cat has decided to join us. I don't know if she will come on screen or not. Say hi. Say hi, Winnie. Hi. It's all of her obligatory screen time. But next is William. Winnie also might touch the cord, so the camera might shake. Please forgive us both if that happens. We don't mean to. She doesn't know. She doesn't know what a phone cord is. She doesn't know what a YouTube video is. So you can't be mad at her for that. I love a smoke machine.
กลิ่นกาแฟในตอนสายภาพสุดท้ายที่เธอเดินจากไปเคยบอกเธอไว้ว่ายังไงว่าเธอต้องไป
He looks so tormented.
ไม่ไปไหน
Is this Jeff Satter?
ภาวนาให้ฉันไม่ฝันถึงเธอให้เพลงรักที่ฟังไม่พูดถึง
This is not an easy song, even for me to sing, and I'm a girl.
โอ้ที่ให้เธอฉันไม่ลืมใครคนหนึ่งในใจสักทีอย่างนี้ใครคนหนึ่งในใจสักทีต้องใช้น้ำตาเท่าไรลบภาพเธอในใจทำอย่างไรเมื่อไม่แล้วต้องลืมยังไงก็อยากจะลืมทุกวันเวลาที่เราได้เจอก็ สุขเพราะเธอ
Ooh. Key change.
ภาวนาฉันไม่ฝันถึงเธอให้เพลงรักไม่พูดถึงเธอฉันยังยืนอยู่ตรงนี้ฉันยังยืนอยู่ตรงนี้ไม่ใช่สักทีก็ลืมไปว่าลืมยังไงยังคงคิดถึงต้องใช้น้ำตาไง
I really love Jeff Satter. I honestly think that makes it kind of hard to judge because it's hard to not compare it to the Jeff Satter version. And William has an amazing voice. The Jeff Satter's voice is just, it's like a bell. It's like, my cat is wreaking havoc on my freaking filming setup. Jesus. It's, Jeff Satter's voice is like, how I imagine like the Fae would lead humans away to like dance for 100 years and like go back and everyone they love would be dead, which sounds a little insane now that I say it, but that's what Jeff Satter's voice sounds like to me. It is just so clear and strong, but he can be so soft with it too. He has such a beautiful voice. And William also has a beautiful voice. I'm not saying he doesn't have a beautiful voice. I'm just saying it's different. And when the one version is in my head, I keep comparing it to that version. But I am very happy he did a Jeff Satter song because I love Jeff Satter and I love Fade. It's such a beautiful song. And I liked that he had mostly just like the one female backup dancer with him. So it really kind of emphasized the love story and like the yearning and the like, please, like, I don't want to let you go, but if you don't leave, like, I'm never going to get over you. Like, can't you just like fade from my memory so I can move on type thing? I just love Jeff Satter. William did amazing. His dance was good. He didn't go too dance heavy, which I think was a good idea with a song like this. His voice is amazing. He's great. I got the emotion. I also just love Jeff Satter. But let's see what the judges have to say. Oh my gosh. P. Dan, I think, the one who's usually the most critical judge, in my opinion, he said the whole performance was perfect and William could be an artist right now. He's ready to drop a single. There's our Tame from ThamePo. He just got to grow his hair out a few more inches. Oh my God. Pisani. She's crying. She's like, I don't even know why I'm crying. I've never gone through anything like this. My life has not been that hard. But I guess she just was like, and one of the other judges was like, you seem like lost in the song. And she's like, yeah, I am. And she's like crying. She's like, I can't relate to this song at all, but I'm just crying. And she said, William is, she's already an artist and he is what they were looking for when they made this show, and they found it all in William, and that's really sweet. I feel like I'm getting misty-eyed now. Like watching people achieve their dreams just makes me so happy because it's hard, especially when your dream is something like this. It's so rare you get to be one of the ones who gets it, who gets the dream, who gets to live the dream. So I think it's just nice. Oh my God, I'm making myself misty-eyed over here. I also just love Pisani. She's so sweet. Oh my God, I'm getting like kind of emotional. All of the judges are basically saying how like they as artists, the one thing that they really want to see is young Thai artists go even further than they did and go even further. And that they're like, Thailand's too small for you. Like yesterday it was like this stadium and like today, like it's Wembley. Like, and one of them even said, you're going to be world famous if you don't quit first. And Oh my God. I'm like, I don't know if you can tell, but I am legitimately getting a little misty. I don't know. It's just, I don't want to be dramatic. But I think it especially hit home when they were saying that, like, kind of the implication being that they've come this far, but they were kind of knowing where their limits are and that, like, there's only so far they were going to be able to go, but that the younger generation is going to be able to go so much further. And they, oh my God, I'm actually like getting choked up. Oh my God. It's like when when I reacted to the finale of 4 minutes, I had to cut out about 15 minutes of crying. I don't think that's going to happen here today, though. And just that they're just sitting there and watching the next generation proudly. And I mean, that's how it should be. That's, it's not the same, but it's like when you're a parent, all you want for your children is for them to do better than you did. And that's kind of what I get from these more senior artists and how they feel about this competition in general. But it seems to kind of really be coalescing in William's performance. And that's just great. One of them also mentioned how they sang in Jeff's register and he didn't bring it down to his own more comfortable register. And I didn't really notice that because he did such a good job. But yeah, and I mean, Jeff's register is not easy. It's not even easy for me, and I'm a girl. So yeah, he does not have a very easy register to sing in, which I think just further makes me love him. But no, William sang in it and he rocked it. And I'm like, I didn't think that I would get misty-eyed at a survival show. I've been a survival show anti for so long because I thought they were like cruel and unusual, and a lot of them probably are, but this one is really, really sweet. Okay, don't be dramatic. Let's move on. And it looks like William is sort of crying. And now I'm also sort of crying. I'm not, though. I'm okay. I just had a little bit of liquid here and here, but it didn't fall. Everything stayed within my eyeballs. Okay, I think now we're doing it's either a favorites performance or like an everybody else performance. I'm sure they said at the end of last episode. But you know me. I don't watch that. I'm here for the performances and the performances only. Let's see what the other group has in store for us. I think it's sweet that all of them mentioned how nice it is to perform and not be judged.
มันไม่ตรงกับหัวใจเลือกโดนทำลงไปมันก็เสียใจก็เศร้าได้และที่ทำไม่ได้เธอวันนี้ oh baby เราเคยว่าเราว่าที่ข้างมีเขาแต่ในปากมีหมามีแต่มีเรียนมีปมมีเฉาๆแต่เดี๋ยวฟ้าเธอรู้หรือเปล่าที่มาเฮามารักคิดถึงเธอ
Overall, very fun performance. I know that they're not being judged, but I will say you could tell they were a little weaker on their high notes, kind of as a group, and that they didn't quite have that like vocal cohesion that a lot of groups do when they've been practicing singing together, which makes sense. They haven't ever performed together as a group of these 6 people, so that's something that you have to practice. Especially, it's hard to balance, I think, if you're trying to stand out and get chosen in a competition, but then you're singing in a group and you also want to blend with everybody else. So you have to find the balance of that. It was also fun to see everybody rap. I'm pretty sure everybody rap, even people we've never seen rap before. So that was really interesting. I also realized it was not an everybody else performance because they briefly show Ong Pao jamming on the side and he's not in it and he wasn't performing this week. So I'm like, okay, this must be like the favorites because there's people who aren't in the performance. Overall, cute performance, very fun. I think it would have I just had this idea. I feel like it would have been fun if they did a top voted for performance and then like a least voted for performance, because then you would give the least voted for people more screen time to potentially get more votes. Like this feels like a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you just keep giving the highest voted people more and more screen time, they're going to keep being the highest voted people. And not to say they don't deserve something for that, but I feel like you should also try and level the playing field a little bit. I don't know, maybe not. It was a very cute song and I love the harmonies at the end. I love a good multi-part harmony. The judges have now finalized their decision who will go to the Alpha Head throne and reclaim, or claim for the first time, a fuzzy jacket. Drum roll, please.
ครับผมคนแรกที่ได้ขึ้นบัลลังก์อัลฟาวันนี้นะครับก็คือ
ก็แอบคิดว่าอยากให้ตัวเองเป็นนั่งก่อนคนแรกเลยครับจะรู้สึกโล่งใจครับ
ก็คิดแล้วครับว่าผมจะมีโอกาสสักประมาณ 70% ที่ผมจะได้กลับไปนั่งที่เดิม
ก็ชื่อแรกที่ผมเล็งไว้นะครับก็เป็นวิลเลียมครับวันนี้เขาทำได้แบบชัดเจนในทางของเขา
A27 วิลเลียมครับ
Of course, it's William. After the commentary they gave him, there was no question. He's going to be the first name called, of course.
มากกว่าเป็นไอดอลไปแล้วอ่ะคือผมทำรายการประกวดมาเยอะมากแต่ก็เป็นวิลเลียมแหละที่สื่อสารออกมาแล้วมันเขย่าแกนกลางผมได้อ่ะผมแบบรู้สึกไปถึงข้างในจริงๆครับก็
High praise from a seasoned industry professional.
อัลฟาครับ
สุดยอดครับและทำให้วิลเลียมยังคงตำแหน่งอัลฟาได้อยู่นะฮะขอเชิญวิลเลียมขึ้นบัลลังก์อัลฟาได้เลยครับ
So reclaim your Alpha Head throne and your fuzzy jacket.
ดีใจมากได้กลับมาเจอคนเดิมๆกลับมาเจอเลโก้กลับมาเจอพี่ปุ๊กได้ทีมที่เข้าขากันก็ยังไงก็ดีใจอยู่เลยครับ
เอาละครับเหลืออีก
I couldn't imagine leaving the Alphas at this point. It's been the same people for so long. You all of a sudden have to like work with a bunch of different people for the first
แต่เหลืออีกหนึ่งคน
time.
เท่านั้นครับที่จะได้ตำแหน่งอัลฟา
I feel like from the commentary they're gonna choose Nut because I feel
มี
like
การสลับตำแหน่งหรือ
they didn't critique
ขอ
Nut
เชิญฟัง
on
จาก
something
พี่สานีครับ
that at this point in the competition he should already be better at, which is the singing.
คนที่
But who knows?
คือ
That's just my thought. Let's see.
คือผมก็อยากให้เป็น
Such dramatic
ด้วย
music.
แต่คือผมก็ลุ้นไปกับนัทคนนั้นก็ทำได้ดีเช่นกันพวกผมก็แบบเอาไว้ยืดอกรับความภูมิใจไว้ผลเป็นยังไงเราก็จะภูมิใจกับมัน
แอบลุ้นแหละครับว่ามันจะเป็นชื่อผมลึกๆแล้วก็อยากให้เป็นชื่อผมอยู่
A19 นิกกี้ค่ะ
ตำแหน่งอัลฟาได้มีการสลับเป็นที่เรียบร้อยครับ
Honestly, I'm surprised. I'm a little surprised. I'm curious to see what their reasoning is for this. So I suppose I'll need to press play and find out.
สลับตำแหน่งเป็นที่เรียบร้อยนะครับนิกกี้เป็นอัลฟาใน EP นี้นะฮะพี่ซานีครับทำไมถึงเป็นนิกกี้ครับ
ต้องบอกอย่างนี้ว่าตอนที่เราตัดสินกันนะคะยากมากนะคะเพราะว่าจริงๆแล้วต้องบอกว่าเพลงวันนี้ที่ทุกคนได้เนี่ยยากหมดเลย วันนี้นัดไม่ได้ผิดพลาดเยอะนะลูกให้จำคำนี้ไว้นะลูกนะสิ่งที่ลูกทำอ่ะแล้วลูกทำให้มันฉีกออกมาจากสิ่งที่ลูกเคยทำออกจากเซฟโซนตัวเองนั่นคือข้อดีวันนี้ลูกไม่ได้แพ้นะขอบคุณมากที่ออกจากเซฟโซนตัวเองนัดก็ทำให้พี่นี้เห็นเหมือนกันทำให้พี่ๆทุกคนเห็นเหมือนกันว่าเฮ้ยยูทำได้ เมื่อไหร่ที่อยู่ออกจากเซฟโซนขอให้เชื่อว่าเราทำได้แล้วนัทจะทำได้นิกกี้เองเหมือนกันพี่เห็นแววตา
I don't know, I feel like they're saying like you did an amazing thing by leaving your safe zone, like you did so well, but I'm like, you're telling him the opposite of that because you've demoted him to being a beta seemingly because he did that. Like their one critique of him was like, oh, I didn't really get the emotions as well in the first half as I did in the second half, which is not a very huge critique in my opinion. And for Nikki, they were like, your singing is still spotty. And I'm like, on episode 8, are we going to promote somebody to the alpha position whose singing is still spotty? Like, also, I just disagree with their critique of Nut not conveying emotion. I just disagree. I think he did a great job. Again, I'm only seeing what the camera is showing me. They're seeing the whole performance. But I don't know. As much as I kind of wanted it to get shaken up, like the alpha lineup to be shaken up, this doesn't feel like when I would have done it. This didn't feel, not that Nikki didn't do a good job, but I just think from the critiques that we heard, Nut deserved to go back to being an alpha today, in my opinion. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think?
อัลฟาทุกคนที่เห็นการต่อสู้กันแบบนี้ลูกมันคือประสบการณ์วันนี้ประสบการณ์ทุกอย่างอะ
Also, Nut is crying, and it makes me want to give him a hug.
ขึ้นมาบนสนามรบแล้วจะใช้
Okay, we had quite the episode, quite the shakeup. I don't know how I feel. I feel like I said everything I thought I said. I think Nut deserved to go back to being an alpha this week, at least after the performances that I saw. Next week, we will have another challenge beta. Is that what it's called? I think. And we will see Nut have to be a beta for the first time since week 1 or week 2 or whenever the heck they did that. I don't really remember. But interesting. I didn't expect to almost cry. I didn't expect this shakeup of the alpha lineup. Very intrigued to see what is going to happen in the next episode. Before you go, please leave me a comment down below. You know, I love talking with all of you. I feel like this episode really had a lot of things we can talk about and discuss, and I'm really interested to hear about your thoughts, either watching it with me now or when you watched it for the first time and now you're watching it back with me. I have a lot of thoughts. So it's very interesting. But that is all for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!